and it's just energy. What's up, YouTube? Yeah, overcoming negative thoughts, overcoming just all these negative thoughts. There we go. Yeah, I mean, dude, it happens to the best, bro. Like, that's the best way I can do it. It happens to people because it's just energy. I think we're gifted. I think the people that deal with the most turmoil are also people who are gifted. Is the alchemist. Is the alchemist. Am I really hungry? Ah, I'm not hungry, right? You know? It's not to work. Lost everything that we're free to do anything. What's up, fam? Good morning, fam. Good morning. And today, yeah, just overcoming all these. What's up? Welcome to today's stream. Today's stream is pretty much going to be overcoming negative thoughts, negative emotions, which are needed in life. How do we overcome them, though? Right? The only way I've found out. What's up, fam? Good morning. For me, it's like. Lenore, what up, Lenore? How are you, my brother? Yeah, dude, it happens, dude. It happens. Negative thoughts, negative emotions are all part of the journey. You know, what sets us apart from the other fitness dudes? No hate, just doing. Not to, I think that's a great question, right? Good morning, but it's actually right for me. What sets me apart from all the fitness, dude? Because I'm not just fitness. I'm a lot of mindset. Well, what's mindset? Well, we deal with a lot of things throughout our days, right? We deal with overcoming vices is my thing. It's like, how can I get you to be more disciplined on your vices of alcohol, drugs, pornography, lust? You know, like, these are the biggest thing. How do we stop you from hanging out with the wrong fucking crowd? It's like macros, training and nutrition, a huge part of what I do. But the other aspect of it is like, how do we deal with just life in general? How do you deal with a breakup? How do you deal with when things aren't going your way? How do you overcome the negative people around you? How do you stop drinking? Like, what vice do you run to? And my expertise is like, I've rid myself of all these vices, so I can show you the path. Because we turn to vices. Good morning. We turn to vices because we want to either seek pleasure because we're bored, or we're seeking relief from pain. So my biggest thing is, when I get someone and I coach them, it's not enough to have a good plan. You can have a great plan, but if you're still drinking, if you're still overeating, if you're still smoking, if you're still going towards, like, you're still watching, like, if you're still doing these negative things, it's gonna be very difficult for you to actually follow any great blueprint. It doesn't matter how great the plan is if you're still speaking to yourself in a negative way. When things get very difficult, right? When things get very good, do you run towards, like, I'm gonna sleep in, I'm not gonna wake up early, like, all these things? So I would say what really separates me is it's the mental mindset, it's the leadership. I've been there, I've done the drugs, I've done the alcohol, I've had a lusting problem. So when I coach someone on a daily basis, it's like, your problem is not nutrition. It's like, what do you tell yourself when things get difficult? What do you run to? If we learn to nip that in the butt, if we learn to retrain our mindset that whatever is happening to us is happening for us, that allows us to move forward. Because at the end of the day, man, like, we're going to deal with negative thoughts. We're going to have a lot of doubt. We're going to have fear. We're going to have all these things that want to get our attention. And me personally, in my own life, the only way I've been able to find, like, that level of peace, right, is through my workouts, it's through scripture, and it's being in other people's problems. Being like, how can I best serve you? Discipline has saved me so many times in my own life. Right? Discipline, a level of self-mastery. God, you know, it's not easy to follow God. It's not easy. And so what's ex gangster? No gangster at all, bro. Like, no. I've never been in a gang. I never went to jail. I got TikTok live and I got YouTube live. Yeah, and like, good morning then. And no, it's all good. And we have to understand too, just because we're close to God doesn't mean things are gonna get better. I believe that's something that I like to give the message to people. Just because you get closer to God doesn't mean things get better. It just means you have more faith that things are going to get better, right? It gives you a sense of faith. You know, absolutely. Hello, Leah. How are you, Leah? How are you? Fantastic. You as well, right? Absolutely. God killed me, man. No, dude. No, sometimes you need adversity, man. You need adversity. Without foundation, there wouldn't be direction. Yeah, you need some sort of adversity, because adversity really helps you improve your character. Adversity brings out the courage in you, the bravery in you. You know, adversity gives you the opportunity to really develop who you are as a man, or even as a woman. And so in my own life, training, I've been working out for 19 years. I've never stopped. I'm currently doing mixed martial arts. I'm doing boxing. I'm doing MMA. I'm doing Muay Thai. I'm doing Jiu-Jitsu. And I'm just here to tell you, it's like when you're fighting every single day. Like, you fight people that are better, but you understand that it's all lesson. Every time that I fight someone that I roll with, that's someone that's better than me, and either I get tapped out, I get choked out, I get armbarred, or I get punched in the face, it's a nice humble pie. You know, but you become better because of it. Have a meaning related to the Bible? This one, yeah, not really to the Bible, right? Have you ever done a prolonged fast or for health or spiritual reasons? No, bro, but I've done like something similar to that. Like, I've done very low like calorie deficit. I've had like 3 or 4 hours of sleep. I've worked out twice a day. I've woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, the way I've really have gotten closer is the time where I went 3 hours of sleep. I got fucking barely any food in me. Worked out twice a day. Woke up. Did celibacy and semen retention. Like, those 3-4 months, whole different level. You already know that it won't even matter. Maybe death, or maybe he's in heaven doing that. Right? It's not really the Lion of Judah. It's just it's a lion with the crown of thorns, because I almost died. How do I get onto you when you stop jerking off? That's it. Thank you, bro. That's it. You stop jerking off. But you do it for. You have to have a big enough reason. You have to have a big enough reason, dude. My last relationship was not good. And I realized that, okay, something in my life needs to change. I've been with many women in my life, and I've never been able to stay consistent with one woman. And it's lust. It was just constantly lust. Right? With great success comes great distractions. Always remember that. Hold on, let me fucking make these fucking eggs. I dated a fat girl if she was religious. Not really, because like it's not that I'm religious. I believe in something. My dog's doing good. He's doing great. He's right. Where's the Brazilian girl who moved in? She's at yoga right now. Oh. Yeah, she's great. 100%. She's phenomenal. Coño. Maybe you're... But... yeah, this is what helps me stay sane in my own life. Like, taking what I've learned in my life and giving to others. Do you still have practice semen retention even if you have a girlfriend or moved in? No, definitely not. Oh, top, you like... and you have eyes that I'm blank. Oh, that's funny. It's funny. But you want the videos where you set a timer, target one area every day. I've been doing that for 3 weeks now. Follow one of your videos where you set a timer, target, and one area. Fuck yeah, it's good actually, isn't it? It's good, isn't it? I'm like, fucking 10 minutes, I'm just gonna do this. It makes a difference. It just gets us back there. You have to understand. Favorite UFC fighter? GSP. Married? No. Best TV show, Unc? I don't really have a favorite TV show. I have a few. Game of Thrones, Peaky Blinders. I forgot what else. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. Of course. And then, like, this, right? Listen, for example, like, I had a guy, right? Do I marry? No, I'm not married. Do I marry this girl? Maybe. Should I go for longer? If you feel like bump it up to 15 minutes, that's the most beautiful thing about progress, bro. If you're doing 10 minutes and now you got the hang of it, then do 15 minutes. You know, that's how you slowly increase, because you're starting to see the benefits of it. Right, are you not religious? I believe in Jesus and I follow his word, but I'm a big believer of wisdom, but I'm not a Christian. very soon. Marriage never lasts. Marriage depends on who you ask. Some do, some don't. That's life. That's life, though. I don't want to talk about this shit right now. Why? Because it's one of the toughest things that I've ever had to deal with, this relationship, right? Why? Because like I treat myself until I just get another one. Yeah, stomach feels strong. Good. I relapsed within a week. Any tips? Here's the thing. You have to have a big enough reason, bro. So for 2 years and I thought we would get married, then he cheated. I'm sorry to hear that. I've been on the other end, and you got rid of a problem. I'm gonna tell you that, okay? I'm gonna tell you that, okay? Mimi, like, if someone cheats on you, because I've been on the end, I've cheated on many of not even cheated on women, it's just like I've made promises. They weren't even my girlfriends. But here's the thing, like, you got rid of a problem. Because I was a problem, right? If a girl found out like I cheated on things like that, she got rid of a problem. You know, so it hurts. But karma has her way of fucking getting people back. Understand that, right? Isn't it just to stop watching porn and being better at social? I think realizing makes me nervous. Yeah, brother. So that's the thing. So you have big enough reason why I stopped doing it is because I wanted to attract a better partner in my life. You feel me? I wanted to speak. I wanted to get closer to God. And when you hold the seam of retention, like, you become a completely different man, because most men can't do that. Right? About someone, it's time to go. Yeah. How did karma get you back? Oh, karma got me back through business. Karma got me back through a lot of mental warfare. You know, it is all as it should. Yeah. Wanted him, but I knew he wouldn't change in the end. Yeah, 100%, and that's normal to still want a person after that. Because even though they did you wrong, you still love the person. You know, but that's just, you know, everything's a lesson in life, and we're listen. You're on a journey. I'm on a journey. Nobody really knows what they're doing. I want you to really understand that. Nobody really knows what they're doing. We're all still figuring life out. Now, certain people figure certain things out, right? Certain people figure, like, if you see someone, right? I figured out how to constantly have a six-pack, right? I figured out how to constantly have a six-pack. I figured out how to consistently stay in shape for the last 19 years, okay? You figure certain things out in life. People have figured out how to be in a really good relationship. People have figured out how to make money. People have figured out how to get closer to God. So it's like everyone's just still working on finding out how things work, you know? Do you ever think of cheating years later now? I would say no, not really. You know, there's always going to be that sense of like lust, but you don't act on it as much. I don't act on it. I'm trying to lose my love handles. What is a good exercise to get? So there is no exercise. Your love handles came from your food. Love handles come from food. Stomach fat come from food. Man boobs come from food. Back fat, food. Leg fat, food. Everything comes from, any fat that you have on your body comes from food. Exercising does not make fat go away. Comes and goes, so I stay focused on myself now. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and so I train every day because it sets me right, man. Eggs again, eat something else. No, get out of here, Roman. I like my eggs. Growing the beard back out? Yeah. Leave the man alone. He fucking loves eggs. The cup of coffee. Yes, thank you. Eggs are nice with rice. Yeah. Where's my plate? Brandy, how are you? Good. Let me just make you. How many eggs do you want? 2 eggs? 3 eggs? Do you want any egg whites? I just got over your relationship yesterday. Shit sucks. 2 C's. Yo, brother, remember this. I want you to open up a Bible, get the Bible up, whatever it might be, and remember this Bible verse throughout this journey that you're going through right now. It's Jeremiah 29:11. And say this to yourself as you're going through this breakup right now, as you're going through it and you're trying to understand what's going to happen, why it's happening. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope in the future. I would say that to myself all the time when I was going through like breakups, and I've been through many breakups. Okay, scrambled eggs, cool. Do you want to eat cheese? I've been through many breakups, situationships. I've ended relationships. I've ended situationships. It's been up and down the whole time. So I would always tell myself a couple things. That Bible verse, the second thing I would tell myself all the time is I got to keep moving forward, right? I got to keep moving forward. I got to keep moving forward. Like that, just that motto in my head allows me to continue putting one foot in front of the other. Okay? Like that's the thing, because whenever you start to think negative, which I call them imaginary evils, you start to think about like, what is she doing? Why didn't it work out? All these things, but they're not real. They're just imaginary evils. And they will make you go back. Like, meaning you'll take steps back, whether it's alcohol, whether it's lust, whether it's overeating. So you gotta snap yourself out. I gotta keep moving forward. I gotta keep moving forward. What's the next best thing I can do? Right? What's the next best thing you can do? And just remember that. Just keep that with you, bro. Jeremiah 29:11. Why are you worried about what the man wearing? Because people do. Guys, he just asked a question. It's like, why do you have a hat? It's not winter. I like beanies. I don't know. I've always liked beanies. I don't know. I always liked them. It's like a hallucination. Yeah, 100%. But we all have it. It's normal. It's normal to have fear. It's normal. Right? It's normal. If you don't have fear, then it doesn't. If you didn't have fear, you do anything you want. Right? And that's not always good. Always remember that. And that's the true alchemist. Sir. Give me my bacon. Yeah, that's that. I have a company seated meeting. A lot of you wear it. Thank you, Randy. Appreciate it. Hi from the beach in sunny Ireland. Don't forget to wear sunscreen. What up, sunny Ireland? How are you? What's up, brother? How are you? You tried a lot of toxic women? No, I don't. I attract very good women in my life. I've only had like one toxic woman in my life, maybe two max. You know, but that's about it. I attract really good women in my life because I'm the bad guy that they try to make good. And this was in my past, right? This was in my past, but that's how it really was. Like, it was just, I'm the bad guy that they're trying to make better. Trying to save, I guess, you know? I'm doing good, brother. How are you doing, bro? I gotta find something. Yeah. So, his name is Leon. Leon. Look. Leon. Leon. Anyways. Yeah, man. So, what leaves me my pain is helping people, you know? You got a yeah. I also got his face tattooed. Yeah. So, if someone, right, if you talk Spanish, yeah. And so what's my favorite animal? A Doberman. It used to be a lion. The lion used to be my favorite animal, but it's a Doberman. Why? Because they're great. They're just fucking epic. First tattoo I should get, that's on you, Alex. Anything you want. If you love the girl, you call her wifey. If she's just there, you call her. That's so funny. Then he's great. He's phenomenal. He's the best dog. He's my first dog ever. He's the best dog ever. And just remember this. Like, you might see fitness all the time online, but I'm telling you, when you start to get yourself to be consistent with your workouts, you're spending that time and you're raising yourself into a better state of being. The reason I work out so much is because if I didn't, I would go crazy mentally. I I believe every one of us can be addicted to something. Everyone can be addicted to something. Like I chose to use fitness as something, a better addiction than any other addiction, because we're all looking just to feel better. You know? Oh, Jesus. Go dog. And my man has a cat, 20 years old. I think it's half Puma or something. That's fucking hilarious. That's awesome. All right. Let's see. I need advice. I was locked up a week on traffic via shit. When I came back, my baby mama said I'm kicked out. Turns out she's been sleeping with my granddaddy, bro. She ran. Granddaddy. What do you mean, granddaddy? I don't know if that's real. You can take medication. Yeah, I don't want to though. Sorry, but I don't want to. The quads and calves looking beefy. Nice, brother. I don't want to take medication. My medication is the gym, because my medication, the gym brings me back up to a level state, right? When we go down, when we get negative, it happens to me, whether you believe it or not. Like I get very negative. As always, I want you to understand something. When you watch me, I might be positive, I might be outgoing, I might have but you have to understand, simply by the polarities of life. Simply by to a positive, there must be a negative. So just as positive as I am, I can be just as negative. So in order for me to get myself to stay up here, I have to catch myself down here. And that's what I'm telling you. If you always have negative thoughts, if you have a lot of doubt, if you have a lot of negative self-talk, that's not who you really are or could be. That's why whenever you work out, you're in such a better state. And that state, that frequency determines what you're gonna do. When you're angry, when you're upset, you can't see solutions. Sometimes that state will lead you to more self-destruction, more self-sabotage. So if you wanna have a good life, then you must understand that how you feel determines a lot about how your life is gonna be, right? How you're gonna perceive life. You can have everything in life, but if you feel like shit, it doesn't matter what you have. Did you twin growing up? Yeah, here and there. Thank you. Weed can calm me down. I used to smoke weed. All the time, but weed distracts me from my problems. What's my split? I do. Right now, I'm lifting in the morning, or I'm doing jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai or MMA in the morning. It all depends. I work out 4 or 5 days a week now, lifting weights, and then I do jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai and MMA on the other days. Do you want to be an instructor? Not an instructor, but I do want to fight. Your egg whites need. No, they're done. I'm making some bacon now. That ham, no, it's turkey bacon. The elephant on your neck hurt? It's not an elephant, it's a lion. I'll be falling bum first on that spoon. All right, listen here, Miss. That's so funny. Hola, papi. Chill, papa. Am I gonna have any carbs? I don't fucking know, dude. I don't really give a fuck about carbs right now. We need some salt. And sriracha. Health, yeah, 100%. Turkey bacon is way better than regular bread. What are you gonna feed the dog? Dog already ate. The puppers just ate. Which body parts do you work on? Which days? So here's the truth, Pinky. It all depends. I did chest and back the other day. I did legs today. I did arms. I'll do, it doesn't really matter my split. My split, that's just how it is. One days I'll do chest and back, some days I'll do arms, some days I'll do legs, then I'll do abs, Or try turkey bacon. Yeah, turkey bacon is good. Yeah, or a V would hit hard. A V, I see Patty. You see Patty? Yeah, I did. That was pretty neat. Or you should get a Red Bull with your eggs and raw bacon. A Red Bull? A Red Bull? You mean this thing right here? My girlfriend likes Red Bull. I'm not a big fan of Red Bull. Walk on! Fuck. Pop out. I'm not a big fan of Red Bull. Mostly monsters. I drink energy drinks every day. Is that bad? Fuck yeah, that's bad, bro. What do you mean? If you drink an energy drink every single day, that's horrible. I like them. I like to say you have a crush on. All right, you went fucking really back, okay, Mimi? You went really fucking back. See what I'm saying? And that was me. That was me when I was like fucking 16 years old. Jesus, bro, how can you feel whole even if you don't have many friends? And most importantly, not compare yourself with people on social media, people you know, seeing comments, likes, and engagement they get. What's up, brother? How are you, King? Yeah, bro, there's a photo of, I posted a photo of Christy Mack when I was like 16 years old. All right? Jesus. 16, I'm 31. Last week I haven't seen you in 2 months. How you doing? I'm doing good, Santiago. How are you doing, brother? How can you feel whole? Brother, brother, like, here's the thing, because by not looking at the negatives of life, like, you're looking at your friends and you're finding the negatives. Instead of thinking, man, like, I'm happy that they're having fun, you're looking at them and you're looking at what you don't have. They have engagement. I don't. So you're looking at the negatives. Your perspective is flawed. You see other people doing something that you want and you're upset about it. It's no different than seeing somebody who has a six-pack and be like, man, he has a six-pack and I don't. Like, why don't I have instead of like, fuck yeah, that inspires me. I'm gonna get shredded. I'm gonna get on my diet. I'm gonna get my workouts. I'm gonna learn this. Like, whatever it is. Like, the situation is the situation. How are you gonna look at the situation? I'm trying to bulk. Any advice? Don't say trying. Make it happen. If you want to bulk, you have to understand that you need at least 4 to 5 meals a day, right? And bulking, if you type in bodybuilding, like bulk, and like you look at Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman, they always ate, bro. 4 or 5. Jay Cutler ate like 7, 8 times a day, right? Chrissy's to your question? No way. I was like, I'm watching Chrissy later. No, get out of here. God will make you whole. God will make you whole, 100%. God gives you a blueprint, but you have to follow God gives you a blueprint, but you have to follow the blueprint, right? God doesn't do it all for you. You have to understand that. You can find God, He'll lay out the map, but ultimately you have to obey. What changed? I mean, like, I want to build once you have to eat that much? Yeah, a lot. I can get the same engagement if I work on myself, even if I'm at one point. Was it? Yeah, bro. Stop worrying about your past, bro. Like, if you start posting valuable things, people will engage with you. Now I need to get muscle. Yeah, Hollywood. Hollywood, go check out the link in my bio in my YouTube, and you'll find the macro mastery. It teaches you how to eat properly. Who's your celebrity crush now? Charlotte DeWitt. I would say if I had a celebrity crush, only because of her music. All right, let's fucking skedaddle. I'll be right back. Do you watch OnlyFans? No, Mimi. I need to fucking chill. I need to chill. Mimi, you're asking some deep questions. Teehee. Liking that consist of? No, but I probably can guess it, bro. Just protein, carbs, and fats. Like good protein, carbs, and fats. That's what my guess would be. They need carbs. They need good fats. Yeah. Sit down from your time on the stuff. That's funny. Is Spanish music? Sometimes I do. Mimi. Did you follow me on Instagram? Cálmate. Cálmate. O sea, así. Yeah. Chicken diet, but I want to get 6-pack now. I have a strict lean chicken diet. Yeah, you don't really have to eat chicken to get a 6-pack. Let's fucking. Let me you gotta just keep on, show up, regardless of how it is. Yeah, let me follow my family on Insta. Well, now we're family, Mimi. You can follow me now. Fuck yeah. Thoughts on peptides? Bro, like, listen. My thoughts on peptides is this, brother. It's something temporary, right? Peptides, it's something temporary. Because peptides doesn't teach you how to actually train, how to eat, and I know you don't want to hear that. The confidence you want is not going to be gained by the peptides, right? The confidence you want is going to be gained from the fact that you did the work, you know? You know when girls follow you online? Not at all. She doesn't care. How far into really should men stop shaving their... That's funny as well. Is at least one exercise every day good enough? Maybe even most... Brother, you can get a 30... I used to train people 30 minutes a day, bro. I'll show you a guy. I used to train him 30 minutes, four days a week. 4 days a week. I used to train him 30 minutes a day. 4 days a week. 4 days a week, bro. What days a week? 30 minutes. You ever never took pet? No, never. None of these. These are some of my clients. These are just some of my clients. Bro, I've helped guys get shredded, right? I've helped guys get shredded without peptides. The age in relationships. I mean, like if you're a fucking 15-year-old, that's crazy. Like these are my clients, bro. I've helped people lose hundreds of pounds. I've helped people get fucking 6-packs in 70 days. Right? I got him a 6-pack in 70 days. Like, no peptides. Like, you got to understand. It's like anything, right? If you, let me put it this way, okay? Imagine trying to teach yourself geometry. You don't know anything about geometry. Here's the geometry book. You have an exam in about 2 weeks. Like, you have to study. That's going to be fucking tough. No teacher. You never studied geometry day in your life. Here you go. Open this geometry book and study. That's fitness for most people. Hey, you want to get in better shape? All right, learn how to eat, learn how to train, learn how to do this, and no one's going to teach you. I've had coaches. I've had 3 different coaches in my own life. I'll show you my one of my last few coaches who got me ready for a bodybuilding show, right? This was back when I was 24, 23, 24, yeah. No. Right? This is my last coach. This is when I competed. Right? I've always had somebody. Like, I've always had people. This was my first coach at 22. Yeah, 22 is my first coach. That was my like meal plan. What's up, Lenny? How are you doing? Right? So for me, I've had business coaches. I've hired business coaches. I've taken money and I've invested into business coaches. You know, like I've simply wanted to get better and I wanted a faster way. Fit test low for a 45-year-old male. Should I take TRT? 415 test low for a 45-year-old. I don't think it's that low, right? This guy you showed us looks so scary. Yeah, that's when I competed, right? Yeah, that's when I competed, right? So, Chenda, here's the truth, brother. Like, if you want your testosterone to go up, first do it naturally, right? How can you naturally boost your testosterone? Work out 4 or 5 days a week, get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, cut out the alcohol, right? Start eating a lot more protein. There. If you do that consistently, brother, you will have good test. Right? Cut out anything that lowers your testosterone. Alcohol lowers your testosterone. Not working out lowers your testosterone. Not getting enough sleep lowers your testosterone. Alcohol does terrible things to you, bro. It's just Chinese research chemical. Yeah. Where is your girlfriend today? She's sleeping. No, she's doing yoga right now. Yeah. What's up, Bree? Anyways, 100%, brother. I'm gonna eat this shit real quick. I don't drink. Yeah, I don't drink either. I used to drink. I've done it all. So, I mean, the weed thing, bro, you got to get rid of it, but you have to find a big enough reason to. No, it's okay, sweetheart. Like, if you want to stop anything, you have to find enough reasons to stop. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. That's what will help you. You must first create a vision of what it is that you really want, right? Is it good true peptides? Fuck, dude. Depending on who you ask, brother. I can't find a reason, low key. Then you won't stop, right? Is salt good for you? Yes. Then you won't. If you can't find enough reasons to stop, then you won't not stop. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it, right? Reason to not cancel my gym membership. Alex, please give me a good reason to not cancel my gym membership. Do you want to stay? Well, here's the thing though, like, right? Like, you want to cancel it because you're not getting the results you want. Instead of thinking I want to cancel it because I'm not getting what I want, think to yourself, okay, like, how do I get what I want? Like, if you want to look better, maybe take that money and invest it into a coach, right? But you know, if you cancel it, you're just never gonna go now, you know, and then you're gonna either get worse or better. You're only gonna get worse. On here, bro. Not too much salt though. I can give you. Yeah, no, but no. People get kidney stones who drink a shit ton of water. I think kidney stones is it's also very genetic. And maybe no, I'm not. Why would I be? Can't sleep without it. This is all. Get out of here. A Christian joke, but that's funny as fuck. I like that. I might use that one day. Cool. I like that joke. I had a construction joke, but I'm still working on it. That's funny as fuck. Good morning, grand rising. Okay, I think I just needed to hear from someone else that's fit. Yeah, and like, here's the thing. Make yourself a promise. Just go. Stop overthinking it. Every time. I probably don't. It's been a minute. Hastij, news. No, but I do follow you though. Right? Stop overthinking and go. I'm Plenty of Fish app. Nice. Shit, I met my girlfriend on Hinge. All right, so Juan, I'm trying to get rid of man boobs. Should I focus on diet shoulder? Listen, let me show you somebody who had. Let me show you one of my guys. Right? Let me show you one of my guys. Right? Bunch of body fat, man boobs, big stomach. Right? I'll show you one of my guys, right? 100% Queen Trinity. Great. Phenomenal. Right? So let me tell you, he didn't do a lick of cardio, right? He's what it's called when two amigos fight, one-on-one. I've heard that one, right? So here's the thing, okay? So here's the thing. When it comes to your like man boobs, brother, like it's gonna come from your food. You must, if you want to understand like how to actually get rid of it, you gotta have something more structured. You have to have something that's more personalized because there's a million diets, right? There's a million diets. The best diet is the one that you can actually follow and stay consistent with, not the one that you dread the next day, right? So I need to focus on fourth meal, all of them. But listen, go click the link in my bio, and there's a whole lesson I teach on how to actually like understand what to eat, right? You know, it hurts my muscles as it should. Oh, I need to fucking eat this. Nice. That's so interesting. That's so interesting. That's a great question. Okay. Are you getting any more tats? For sure. Okay, I have a very pressing, not pressing question. In your opinion, why is Adrian Broner struggling to get back in shape? Okay, this goes for everybody. If you're not sure who Adrian Broner is, he's a boxer. He's a boxer that used to be really fucking good. Now he's super out of shape. Here's the thing. Again, he doesn't have enough reasons why to put down the food. It goes for anybody. Why wasn't he in shape when he was boxing? He had to fight. He had to fight. He had a reason. He had a vision. He wanted to be world champion. And so he had to go fight this guy. There was money on the line. There was credibility on the line. Now, what's on the line? You know, like unless he gets either somebody to train him and he's paying money, if there's not enough pain for him to not get in shape, he's not going to do it. That goes for anybody. Right? And I'm using him as an example because that goes for every single one of us. When we don't have enough reasons to let go of something that's not going to get us to where we want to go, we will continue to do it. If you've been trying to get in shape, but you fail on your diet every single time, you don't have a big enough reason why, and you don't have a good plan. So, like, you probably have a lot of talent. There are people who were 300 pounds overweight and they lost weight. You probably only have like 30 pounds to lose and you'll look great. You probably only have like 30 pounds to lose, 25, 30 pounds to lose, and you will look great. Meanwhile, there's someone who needed to lose 100, 200 pounds to look great and they lost it. Are they any special than you? They're not special than you. They're not more special than you. They're not anything special. But they most likely had a vision. They had a good fucking plan. And they probably had somebody help them stay accountable. Whether it's a friend, whether it's a coach, or maybe they were going to get married. So I want you to really think about that. There's somebody who was a lot heavier than you that lost twice as much weight. Think how much harder it was for them. But just because it's harder, right? It just means the reason has to be stronger. Right? I want you to understand that. No. No, the McGregor fight was not a money grab. It wasn't a money grab. He came back. McGregor, for example, and this is the thing about Conor McGregor, about this fight. He came back because he needed a reason to be disciplined. What's his name? Dominic Cruz said it best. Conor McGregor came back to fighting because he needed the discipline. He needed something to save him from the money. The money destroyed him as it destroys most people. If you don't have the discipline, when you get the things, it will destroy, it will consume you. Absolutely. What's up, Kim? Yeah. So it goes for any of us. Sometimes we can't get what we want in life because we don't have the habits to maintain it. If I gave you my body right now, you would lose it in a month. Because you don't have the discipline, you don't have the habits, and you don't have the knowledge of what it actually takes to keep it. You know? Here, we'll get him out. Peptides. Fuck peptides. I heard he awarded a girl that had a tampon. I hear a bunch of shit. But I'm saying, let me fucking finish this shit. I need to get on the whiteboard. Crazy. Yeah. DGA, don't give a fuck. You understand more when you understand how like nutrition works. If you just dedicate some time to understanding nutrition, it's not miserable. It's only miserable because you don't know how to do it. Understand that. Things suck when you're not good at them. Oh. Good job, Hollywood. Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland. Mm-hmm. I drink water and gain 5 pounds. No. It's your food. Don't give a fuck. If you go check the link in my bio, I break it down. I'll break it down for you in a second, actually. What up, woke? DG. What up, Lila? No. I'm not as hungry anymore. So. I'm gonna teach you. Yeah, I was like, look. And there's one thing that being fit allows you to do. It allows you to do a lot of things that you want to do. Do I train my girlfriend? Yeah. Right? Fitness allows you to live your life a little bit more how you want to. You know, with less restrictions, in my opinion. Like, confidence is something you want to aim for in life. In my life, what's changed me is just having confidence. I can do that. I can do that. I'll walk into this room. I'll say hi to this person. That's confidence. Right? I'm temptation. Motherfucker, I'm Latino. It's not hard. You just don't have enough reasons to be in shape. You are making an excuse. It is an excuse. Remember that. Remember that. I have this. I'll teach a lesson. Now. Brother, your thing didn't go through. And it's fun such as sport activity. I'm thinking it's fun if you're in shape enough to do it. 100%. It's like I don't like talking to girls. You suck at talking to girls. Right? I don't like working out. You suck at working out. Hi, Linda. Right. Here, I'm kind of starting drinking Modelo. Yeah, it's 100%. But you know what's harder, in my opinion, to look yourself in the mirror and not be happy with the way you look. That's harder for me. is to look in the mirror and not be proud of who I am. Like, that's harder for me. To look in the mirror and not be proud of who the fuck I am. Fuck. Because of decisions. Think about that. And that's why a lot of people don't really like themselves. And that's why a lot of people are not proud of themselves. Because they fail to do the things they know they should do. Right? All right, let me teach you a lesson. But yes and no. Yeah, it does. And look, I agree. It does come down, right? You don't have the willpower to do it. Yeah. And here's the thing. This is beautiful. Someone said right now. Let me turn you guys around. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let me just fucking get this. Someone just said it comes down to your willpower. It does come down to willpower to an extent. Don't worry about what I was writing up here. Why? Why to an extent? Because it doesn't matter how fast you go. If you go in the opposite direction, it doesn't matter how, right? You can have all the willpower in the world, right? You gotta understand it. You can have all the willpower in the world, but if you're driving if you're driving the wrong way, right? The wrong direction, it doesn't matter how fast you go. 100%. 100% Marcus. 100% Marcus. 100%. Right? So, again, I've been coaching people now for the last 12 years. I've been training people since I was 12 years old. The first person I ever trained, I was 12 years old. I had been working out for about a month. I've been working out for 1 month in Colombia. I was doing my perfect push-ups. That's when I first started working out. And after working out for a month, this one kid, he looked at me. He's like, bro, like I was wearing tank tops. And I wasn't massive. I was just like, I had noticeable changes in 1 month of working out for the first time. And he's like, bro, what are you doing? ¿Qué tú estás haciendo? I mean, estoy haciendo cuerpos, estoy haciendo lagartijas y todo así. And like, I'm doing push-ups and things at home. He's like, can you show me how you do them? So I brought him over to my grandma's house at 12 years old. And I showed him how to do the perfect push-up. I showed him how to do sit-ups. I showed him my little 90-day calendar, little workout thing at 12 years old. So the first person I ever trained, right? I was at 12 years old. I came back to the States. When I started to learn wrestling, when I started to learn boxing, I would ride my bike to my boy Chris's house. And I would tell him to run drills in the room. I'd go there and I'd do jujitsu with him at like 13 years old. So I've been training people all my life. Because every time I found something that changed my life, all I wanted to do is tell the next person. All I wanted to do was to show the next person, hey, like, I learned how to eat better. Yo, I learned how to count macros. Look, I learned how to talk to this girl. Yo, I learned how to fucking run this business. I learned all these things. You know, I learned how to move. And so I've been teaching people everything I learned simply because it bettered the quality of my life. And the best thing we can ever do is make someone else's life better because of what we were able to overcome and what we were able to learn. Okay? What's up, Joey? Yeah, so after being a trainer, I've had my own gym in the past. Let me show you what my gym is. Right, I had my own gym. It was called the Lion's Den. Appreciate it, brother. I opened up my first gym when I was 25 years old, called the Lion's Den. Right, this is my first gym. I had like no tattoos. right? This was my first gym ever at 25 years old. Okay? I've met Rich Piana. Most of you guys don't know Rich Piana. I met Rich Piana. I met him in California. The man was massive. I was training at Gold's Gym in California. This is when I used to live in California. Right? He was great. I've met Wes Watson, right? This is another one of my clients, right? He was a Marine, right? Lost 37 pounds in 3 months. My guy lost 37 pounds, right? Right? So I'm going to answer, I think, a very important question that Lila asked. It's like she wanted to cancel her gym membership. So I want something that I've learned in my own life. What's motivated me? So I've been working out for 19 years, right? Right? I've been working out consistently for 19 years. From the age of 12 to 31. Right? I've never taken time off. I've never taken time off from working out. Never. Right? Nobody's roasting you're not. It's okay. Don't pay no mind to it. Don't worry about it. Right? So for the last 19 years, the one thing that always kept me motivated, right? There's a couple of things that constantly kept me like, how did I stay so consistent for 19 years? Like, there's a couple things that kept me consistent, all right? Number one, I would say is results, okay? I would say is results. When you see results, it's super motivating, right? Right, because it seems like you never did. You should start today with God's grace. When did you start? Because it seems like you never did. You should start today with God's grace. Brother, then you don't even know me, bro. All right, and guys, yeah. Everything, right? So, but before that, I wouldn't put number one as that. The first thing that kept me consistent is having a vision. Right? Having a vision. The first thing is having a vision. So you can participate or you don't have to participate, but I highly recommend you participate. So for me, the first reason I wanted to get in shape is I simply just wanted a cute girlfriend. That's all. I was 12 years old. At that point, I didn't have a girlfriend. So the first reason that kept me to even start me was I had a vision. I wanted a cute girlfriend. I saw a buddy of mine. I was playing baseball with him, and outside of the dugout, I saw him with this girl, and she was really cute, and they were like dating. And he was jacked, like he had muscles for a 12-year-old. And the reason he was jacked for a 12-year-old is because his father taught him how to work out. His father worked out. My dad didn't work out. My mom didn't work out. I did not come from a family that knew about fitness. My mom didn't work out. My dad didn't work out. Like, none of that. Right? There's times where we would eat, I'm Hispanic, Colombian, and Salvadorian. I'm fucking rice, beans, and meat, right? That's our sancocho, arepas, huevos. Like, we'd have like the typical Latino fucking breakfast, lunch, and dinner, okay? So I didn't have, and at times, occasion, what would we do? We'd go to Burger King, right? There's Subway. So there's times when we would go out to eat like that. Like, that was just me. Right? Here's the thing. What's up, Taurus? And there's nothing wrong with that. Then I drilled push-ups in my head starting at age of 9. That's beautiful. That's what I'm saying. That's perfect. You know, my dad coached me in baseball. So, with that, right? With that became my vision. So the first thing, if you find yourself, you're not consistent, right? You're not consistent enough. You're not being consistent. You keep falling off and on, off and on. The first thing is check out, what is your vision? What is your vision? Right? What is it that you see? And so for me, on a daily basis, right? I started watching Korn when I was like 6 years old. It wasn't on purpose. Right? My Korn addiction started when I was 6 years old. I woke up one morning, we were living in Miami. I would wake up early to go watch cartoons. And so I woke up one morning and I went to turn on the TV and like I was flipping through the channels looking for fucking cartoons, and then that's when I saw like pretty much late night corn, right? And so that's where my attention started grabbing that. So by the time I was 12 years old, I've been watching corn for like 6 years. So at that point, now I'm 12 years old, I want a cute girlfriend. So what motivated me is always looking at girls. Like that was the first thing that I had my eye on since I was a kid. I wasn't thinking, oh man, like I need to get jacked, I need to do this. Like my biggest thing is like I wanted this. I saw someone who had what I wanted. I'm like, dude, he's my teammate and he has a cute girlfriend. So what did I do? I went and I asked them, bro, can you teach me like to do what you do? At this point, I've had enough. Like I want to know what is it that you're doing right that got you this. And so he said, yeah, I'll teach you how to work out. 2 days later, I went to his house. He taught me how to do push-ups, bicep curls, and crunches. Right? Let's see. Right? Always offering to buy me for you. So I can't really read YouTube right now. I can't really read YouTube, right? So if you find yourself lacking consistency, lacking motivation, lacking drive, it's just you haven't seen yourself with what it is that you want. I kept thinking to myself, I want to have a good, beautiful girlfriend so I can go do things with. I imagine all these things I would be doing with her, right? That was my goal. That's the whole reason I was willing to go through, willing to ask somebody for help, willing to start working out, right? So the second thing, right? The second thing that has kept me consistent, right? Number 2 is having a plan. Having a plan. A map. You need some sort of plan. You need a map. You need something that you can confine in, something that you trust. Right? If you don't have something that you trust, if you don't have a concrete plan, then you're not going to get the results that you want. You can have a beautiful car. You can have a Ferrari, full tank of gas. You can know where you want to go. You can know where you want to go. Oh, I want to go to this girl's house. I like her. I know she lives in New York or whatever. You can get there, but if you don't have the address, like the coordinates of how long it's going to take you, when to make a left, when to make a right, you're just going to be spinning your tires. Imagine having an idea. If you go to the gym, like you work out, that will kind of give you a result. But imagine having a car, full tank of gas. You're in New York, and you're looking for this girl's house or this man's house, but you don't have the address. How long is it going to take you before you quit? You have the car, you have the gas, you know where you want, but you still don't have the map. You still don't have the plan. So that's something I had. So by the time I was 12, I had a 90-day calendar. Right? I had a 90-day calendar. And every single day, I had somewhat of a plan. And you felt that in? Yeah, of course. Here, let me get rid of some people. I got you. Okay, that's it. It's okay. We'll get rid of some people. All right, so beautiful. Let me men don't respect women because of corn. Men don't respect yes, bro. Yeah, to an extent, yeah. I mean, corn doesn't make anything better, right? So, any questions so far? So here's the thing. Again, one more time, right? One more time. The vision is super important. I want to stress this a lot because it's like the vision is what gives you the emotion of excitement. Right? The vision gives you a sense of excitement. What would you do? How would you feel if you had that six-pack? What would you do if you can put on a shirt and look jacked? What would you do? Would you walk around? Would you go up to that girl? Would you go move right? The vision, here's the thing, the vision allowed me, the last 19 years, being in shape has allowed me to meet different women. It's allowed me to move across the country. It's allowed me to start a business. It's allowed me to start making content. It's brought me really great friends. I've walked into rooms that I wasn't qualified financially for sure, but there was still a level of respect. It's like, damn, this guy's fucking jacked. I'm like, yeah, nice to meet you. I walked around with a level of like being proud of what I'd be able to create. And I truly believe a lot of our suffering comes from the fact that we're just dropping the ball. And so when you create a vision like that, here's the thing, right? We remember the past. We remember what we tried, you know? We remember the past. And if we don't use our imagination, if you don't use your imagination to create a compelling vision, then you're just going to repeat the past over again. In my own life, whenever I don't have a clear vision of what I want the future to look like, guess what starts to happen? I start to think about all the negative things that could happen. What if this happens? What if this doesn't work out? What if I don't make it? Has that ever happened to you? You know? So, I mean, realize I was wasting my life and now I'm 20 pounds later. Fuck yeah, I'm fucking proud of you, brother. Fuck me. Fuck yeah, dude. I'm proud of you, bro. Of course. But I'm not thinking about money. That's funny. Jeez. It's okay. We got some. It's okay. People hate on what they give up on, right? So, have a fucking plan. You gotta have a fucking plan, right? So then number 3, right? Right? I would say have a plan. Number 3 is just results, bro. I would say 3 would be results. Right? And number 3 is results. I would say number 3 is results. Once you have a vision, the vision keeps you driven. The vision helps you stay disciplined. The vision helps you when a snack comes along, when temptation comes, when you've had a long day. The vision allows you to remember why you started this. The vision's like, fuck, dude, I really want to go. Fuck, dude, I want to fucking go and swim. I want to take my shirt off. I want to start this business. I want to get that girl. For me, it was like, I don't want to do this, but I really, really fucking want to feel better. You know, sometimes I worked out. It wasn't simply for the girls. It was simply like, I just want to fucking feel better. I don't like the way I feel. I want to feel better. So sometimes the vision is simply me feeling better about myself. It doesn't always have to be something in like 6 months from now, 2 months. Sometimes I feel like I don't feel good. Like I just want to feel better about myself. I've had a long day or I'm having all these negative thoughts. Sometimes the vision or the motivation to work out that day is simply, I want to fucking feel better. And that's what's happening to me like now in my own life. I've been working out for 19 years. Like I work out simply because I just, not just to look better, but to clear this. Get rid of all the doubt. Get rid of all the fear. Get rid of all the negative thoughts that I'm coming up with. Hey man, it's okay. It's all good, bro. I had some people hating, and so this is actually really good, right? I'll give them an example. So, 1 second. Always. Yeah. I hope so. Okay. Now, as a whiteboard is step 1 of being manic. Whiteboard is step 1 of being manic. Yeah, I'm a little crazy. Of course I'm a little crazy. I have to be a little crazy. And it's okay. I like that I'm crazy. And what do I mean by like crazy? It's like I do things in extremes, right? Because I have a lot of passion. So I understand, like, again, in my content's for people who are going through shit in life, because I've gone through shit in life. I'm always going through shit in life. But you acquire skills to help you get through shit in life. And this is something that has helped me get through a lot of things. Like I'm fucking covered in tattoos and things like that. Of course I've gone through shit in life, right? I'm not always good in the head, but That's okay, right? That's okay. That's what makes us unique. That's what makes us like different in all aspects of life. It's like you're unique. You have shit you go through. Perfect. I truly believe that our pain, behind our pain is our purpose. And that's how we become alchemists, right? Behind our pain, right, is our purpose. It's not negative thoughts, it's negative people. But understand, I got a bunch of fucking negative people on my I got a bunch of fucking negative people on my YouTube. That's fine, you know? And I got some fucking, but it's okay because people hate on what they gave up on, and people only hate when they feel insecure. People only hate because they feel less of you compared to you, right? Yeah, but it's okay, right? Online, they're doing no good. Let's see. Oh, Kira. Oh, but it's okay. It's okay. See what I'm saying? Like, feel me? Like, we got people on here, but it's okay. And I want every single one of you guys to know, whenever you do anything in life, you're gonna have people that hate on you. Right? There's only two emotions that you will invoke on people when they see you succeed. When they see you, man, you lost like 10 pounds. Some people will compliment you. The people you inspire, right? All right, the people you inspire, they'll be the ones to be like, wow, like you look great. Have you lost weight? That's awesome. Keep going. Those are the people you inspire. And then there's people who you make feel insecure. People are like, oh, like, are you taking peptides or this, that? Like some people are like, oh, like that you have it easier. If I had more time, I could do this. All these people, but because they can't, they have to justify themselves why you're getting results and they're not. You know? So, here, I got this, bro. I got this. Get out of here, never. Do you play games on Xbox? Bored, Alex. No. PC sometimes. Do anything for inspiration, so I really don't care. Yeah, again, but like, it's again, but doesn't matter. So, we'll go back to this. The vision and the plan together, if you find yourself still cheating on your diet, if you find yourself skipping out of the gym, right? If you find yourself doing those things, not sticking to your diet and not getting your workout in, it's because these two, you're not coming back to this. Not coming back to your vision. I think the door. Is there something? Okay. I'm showing than you because I don't exert myself. Boy, no, Alex, what the fuck is this? It shows some that where I stored anyway, so. Anyways, alright, so back to this. Once you start to see results, it's progress, right? It's confirmation that what you're doing is working. When you're not getting results, it's very easy to quit. See, in our mind, whenever we exert more energy than what we get out, we're gonna want to quit. If you were like working for fucking $5 an hour, right, and you had to shovel dog shit all day, and they're paying, oh, we're gonna pay you $5 an hour. $5 an hour is to shovel dog shit. Fuck that, like, right? You're not gonna fucking want to do that because what you're putting out and what you're getting in does not match. Okay? Or even the job you have right now, if they cut your pay in half, you wouldn't probably quit. I hope you fucking quit. Because the amount of energy you're putting in compared to what the compensation, it's not what you want. And same thing goes when it comes to the working out. If you go to the gym and you somewhat take care of your diet, but at the end of the week you've lost half a pound, maybe 1 pound, or maybe you haven't lost anything, you're gonna be like, fuck, dude, this isn't working. It's not that it's not working. You're putting in this much effort. You think you're putting this much effort, and this is the result you're getting. Right? And simply because it could be a couple things. Maybe your vision isn't strong enough, so you're missing out on your workouts. Maybe the vision's not strong enough, so you are cheating on your diet. And maybe you don't have that good of a plan. You don't have that good of a plan. a proven plan that's going to get you from where you are to where you want to go. Because people follow diets all the time, people follow workouts all the time, but they never stick to it and they never get the result they want. So you really got to look at, is my plan the right plan for me, or is it just some generic plan? Right? Let me look at YouTube. If I prove it's called documented proof and listen, Hollywood, don't waste your breath. Right? Or just remember that. Bored Lala. Who's Bored Lala? Right? Right? Don't waste your Hollywood. It's okay, brother. I love you, right? Bunch. Right? I like Hollywood. Hollywood, you chill. Right? Right? And keep trying to see what works for you. Yeah. And keep trying what works 100%. Right? You can keep trying to see what works for you, but trial and error takes a long time. Let me ask you, right? And this is where trial and error, right? If you have a child, right? Right? If you have a daughter or son, and they go to the 3rd grade, right? Right? They go to the 3rd grade. They go, and in the first year, they failed 3rd grade. Like, damn, like, Johnny and Rebecca, they both failed, right? What would you do if your kid failed 3rd grade? Would you tell them to study harder? Or would you tell them, B, would you get them a tutor? Right? Put it down in the comment section. A, would you tell them next year, just work harder? Or B, would you get them a tutor? Leon's in the kitchen. How long do you give a workout plan a chance before moving on to another one? Emily, I like that. Emily, how long do you give it a chance? I gave it about 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. 100%. A week or two, to be honest. Because so he's asking how long should you give a diet a chance. I'm going to be completely honest. When I work with people, my clients lose anywhere between 2 to 5 pounds within the first week. Right? You don't have to go by that measure, but anytime I work with people, they lose anywhere between 2 to 5 pounds within the first week. Right? I have plenty of testimonies to pertain that, right? Let me see. Means to us. Let's go. That's 15 pounds. Let me find this thing out. Yeah, I have to people all the time. Performance better in 60 days. Yeah, 17 pounds. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Easily. Like, lost 4 pounds in 1 week. Let's fucking go, bro. How do you feel? I'm feeling good. Then the next week, gonna drop another 4. So, lost 4 pounds in 1 week. I have many testimonials like this, right? Lost 4 pounds in 1 week. Let's fucking go, bro. I have another one. Yeah. This one right here, 6 pounds in 12 days, right? So I didn't start the workout routine or the meal plan until Tuesday. So that's like 8 to 9 days. So 6 pounds, 8 to 9 days, right? So typically, like, you should start seeing results. If you're following a good diet, you should see anywhere between 2 to 5 pounds within the first week. And the second week, again, maybe 2 to 5 pounds, right? So if you're following a plan and you lost maybe 1 pound, in my opinion, it's not that good of a plan. Like, 1 pound is better than nothing, right? And that's the one thing. The second thing is, can you sustain this? Because how you lose the weight is how you're going to have to keep the weight off. And if your plan is not sustainable, then you're not going to be able to keep it for the long run. Was it because of calorie deficit? Emily, was it because of calorie deficit? Yes. 100%. She's asking, so if it was for calorie deficit, yes. But then I would say this, it's not just about being a calorie deficit. It's like, what does your calorie deficit look like? What options do you have, right? Yes, to lose weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit. But the most important thing is, when you're in the calorie deficit, is it sustainable? Are you actually building muscle? Anyways, hopefully that answers your question, Emily. So, No one answered this question, right? So the point I'm trying to make here with the third grade analogy, is this. If your child is in third grade and they fail, okay? Some people are gonna what? They're gonna tell their kids try harder. Some other people are gonna get them to tutor. If your child fails the third grade for the second year in a row, like how upset would you be? Like, are you like, yo, what, are you fucking dumb? Like, what's going on? Why are you failing third grade? It's almost crazy for somebody to fail third grade 2 times in a row. Like, you would probably never I personally would never let that happen. If they failed the first time, I'd get them a tutor. I'm like, yo, like, well, we are gonna fucking study. What are the questions? Like, we're gonna work together. It shouldn't take a child 2-3 years to pass third grade. Even though they don't know what they're doing, they should have an instructor, a teacher teaching them how to do it. Some of you would probably agree with me, right? Like, yo, like, motherfucker, 3 years? So the same thing. How long should it take you to lose 20, 30, 40 pounds? How long should it take you to, realistically, to lose 20, 30, 40 pounds? It should take you anywhere between 3 to 6 to maybe max 8 months. Right? If you want to lose 20, 30, 40 pounds, it should take you anywhere between 3 to 8 months, max. Max. Just like a third grader, max a year or two max to graduate. So if you've been trying to lose the same 20, 30 pounds for the last 5 years, trial and error is costing you time. It's costing you time, it's costing you money, it's costing you relationships, it's costing you memories with people, it's costing you vacations, it's costing you opportunities. This weight that you haven't been able to lose in the last 4 or 5 years, it's costing you so much. It should only take you 3 to 8 months to lose 20, 30, 40 pounds. It's costing you so much time. Think about that. Right? There's people who have been heavier, right? Heavier that have lost 100 pounds in 1 year. So I really want you to think that. What's up, Payne? Doing good, brother. How are you doing? Really want you to think that, like, you're like, something that really changed the way I look at things is like, and why I started to really like invest time and money into like coaches or things like that is like, what is it costing me? Like, in the long run, what is it costing me? And so when you put things into perspective, and I really want you to understand that, if you already lost those 30 pounds, what would you do? To find out what it's actually costing you to stay where you're at and not fix this problem, ask yourself the question, what would I do if I lost the 30 pounds? What would I do differently? Would you post content? Would you get that tattoo? Would you start a relationship? Would you go on more dates? Would you travel more? Would you get a new job? What would you do if you lost that? Take that same thing and then ask yourself, well, how long have I been trying to lose it? Oh, for the last 5 years. So you're telling me 5 years ago you could have been doing this already. You could have been doing this 5 years ago. You could have been doing this 4 years ago. Everything that you just said you would do if you lost those 30, 40 pounds, you could have been doing 3, 4 years ago. The worst thing is not losing money. The worst thing is losing time. You can always make money back. Good job, Mike. Is there unhealthy calorie intake that I shouldn't go to that would be bad for my physical and mental health? I have been to about 1,000 a day before, and yes, I saw results. And while I received the most compliments of my life, I was told that I might have been having it too little for a functioning adult. And then I started fainting more, etc. But I felt good. And I was listening to my hunger cues, looking back and debate if I was eating too little. All right, that's fine. Emily, fuck yeah, I love the questions you have. You have beautiful questions. So the main question she asked, like, is there an unhealthy calorie intake? Okay. So I'll explain this to you. Okay. Let me explain this to you, right? So a calorie deficit is, let me explain the bottom of getting energy and looking better, to look good, to feel good. Because what are we all after, right? The way I look at it, you might agree with me, you might disagree with me, okay? But what we're all after when it comes to being healthy, right? Being fit, healthy, right? I would say number one would be energy, right? Number two, I would say confidence. Number three, I would say energy, confidence, clarity. Number four, validation. Right? So these are a couple of things I would say. It's so hard for me, and I'm addicted to drinking Cokes, losing 30 pounds in 3 months. I'm going 30 in 3 days. It's hard for me, but I just like, good job. Well, let me hold on. It's hard for me. I'm addicted to drinking Cokes, losing 30 pounds in 3 months. I'm going 30 in 3 days. I don't get that. Explain that. Oh, good day, Alex. You do right, honey, right? So, Emily, we have to understand what is the goal of getting in better shape or being healthy, okay? I would say energy, confidence, clarity, validation, freedom. These are different reasons why, like, the whole goal is to feel this. The whole goal, I was going to say that too, strong, yeah. We can name more, right? Self-respect, self-love. Right? Positive. Right? Mental health, being more positive, self-love, strong. So, this is the target. The whole point of being fit and healthy, right? It's to have more energy, have more confidence, have more clarity. Validation simply means, like, when you walk around, people are like, yo, like, you look good. Like, wow, have you lost weight? Man, you look great. We all like a compliment. There's nothing wrong with validation, right? It's something that I've always enjoyed, right? I don't think they're that bad. Freedom. And when I mean freedom to wear what you want to wear, right? When I write freedom, it's the freedom from so much self-criticism. Like, you look in the mirror like, fuck, I don't like this, I don't like this. Like, you're trapped in a body that you don't even like. Again, the whole goal of being fit and healthy is to have a level of freedom. Of, like, I like the way I look, I can take my shirt off, like, I'm free. I'm not having to hide all the time the way you look. Self-love is greater than my need for validation. Yeah, 100%. No, 100%. Validation just simply comes from, like, the fact that of the results you gain, right? Self-love is the fact that you're doing the things that ultimately lead to a better feeling, right? Self-love is like, if you love something, you take care of it, right? So the reason I'm saying this is because you asked the question, what is an unhealthy, like, calorie intake? What's well, first, what is the outcome we're all looking for? Like, when it comes to getting in better shape, when it comes to being healthy, fit, this is what we're ultimately after. Because then all of this correlates, right? All this correlates and translates into your relationships, your finances, and your spirituality. Right? All of this translates into your relationships, into your finances, and into your spirituality. The amount of energy you bring into your relations, the amount of energy you bring into your finances, the amount of energy you bring into your spirituality, confidence, clarity, right? Validation, freedom, all these things. So the reason I want to point this out before we get into, like, the calorie deficit, so things like this, we have to understand what is our ultimate aim. When we actually have clarity, of where we're going, it's a lot easier for our minds to make the decisions. But when we walk around with no clarity of where we actually want to end up and what we're actually aiming for, it's hard to make the right turns. So to answer your question, right? To answer your question, Emily, if that is our goal, if that is what we're aiming for, then we have to understand what macronutrients are. Because I talk a lot about macronutrients. Because anybody that you see that is in great shape, it doesn't matter what diet they're following, it still comes down to macronutrients. Okay? It doesn't matter what car everyone's driving, except fucking electric cars. They all need fucking gas and oil. Right? Except electric cars. No matter what car anyone's driving, majority of people, no matter what car they're driving, they all need gas and oil. They all need 4 tires. Alright? And that's what I'm trying to get at with this. So no matter what diet, no matter who is in shape, whatever, if somebody's in shape, it still comes down to macronutrients. So quick rundown. Macros, right? Break it down. There's three main macros. 3 main macros. Alright? There's protein, carbs, and fats. Right? I'm gonna break this down really simple. User, I got you, brother. So Emily, this is Emily. I'm really focusing on Emily, but this is for you as well. Okay? So again, this is the goal. This is the outcome. This is what we want the final product to look like. Okay? Starting off with protein. Okay? Emily, we have to understand protein is the most important nutrient that we can put in order to get this. Alright, protein is the only thing that will ever build muscle. It's the only thing. If you ever look at somebody that looks good, if you look at anyone that looks good, has a chest, has this, has a flat stomach, whatever it might be, I guarantee you, like, they need to be eating this every single day. Okay? And a rule of thumb that I would want you to take home, rule of thumb. The bare minimum, if you weigh more than 100 pounds, the bare minimum that you should be eating every single day, the bare minimum, if you weigh more than 100 pounds, is 100 grams of protein a day. It's 100 grams of protein a day. Hope you're getting that down, Emily. Right? Bare minimum, if you weigh more than 100 pounds, more than 100, 105, 110, 120, 130, bare minimum 100 grams. That alone, which most people don't get 100 grams of protein in a day. Majority of people, women too, yes, women too. If you weigh more than 100 pounds, man or woman, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you weigh more than 100 pounds, you need a minimum of 100 grams of protein a day. And just this alone, because protein builds strength. Protein builds strength. Protein keeps you fuller longer. Protein gives you energy. Right? 2 of the biggest resources. It literally gives you more strength and it literally gives you more energy. Okay? Now, this is what builds muscle. This is what if you want to be strong and if you want to look, whatever you call it, toned, defined, it doesn't matter. This is what you need. Number 2, carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are simply energy, right? Carbohydrates are simply energy. Okay? Carbohydrates are just energy. Lose weight like fat. Strict diet or not. I'm 29. I don't want to have heart problems. If you want to lose weight fast, brother, the fastest way to lose it is not to lose it fast, right? The slowest way to lose weight is to go on a strict-ass diet. The slowest way to lose weight is to go on a strict diet. The fastest way to lose weight is to go on a diet that's sustainable. Because you've lost weight, my brother. You've lost weight, but you gained it all back. Because you tried to lose weight fast. That's not that hard. Don't fucking eat for 2 days and you'll lose fucking like 5-10 pounds. Don't eat for a week. You'll lose so much pounds. Shit. Cut off an arm. You'll drop like 50 pounds. You lost weight pretty fast. You see what I'm saying? Is that what you want? No. Probably not. You probably want to keep your arm. Yeah, for sure. So carbs are, so I'm right. And carbs turn into fat if I'm not used correctly, right? So this I will break this down for you, but like no one in their mother ever has. Okay? Fats are energy as well. Okay? Fats are energy as well. What's up, brother? What's up? Alright? This builds muscle. This is gas for the tank. You see people like me, I eat rice. My clients eat rice. Rice is not bad. People eat pasta. Here's the thing though, right? Which leads me to this question. Why did you gain all, if you look down at your stomach and you see body fat and you see man boobs, whatever you do, if you go down and you see all the body fats, let me ask you a question. How did you gain that fat? Is it A, you weren't lifting? Is it B, you weren't doing cardio? Or is it C, you ate too much food? A, B, or C? Which one is it? Is it because you weren't lifting? Is it because you weren't doing cardio? Or is it because you ate too much food? Right? The other above? No, incorrect. It's C. If you said C, you're correct. C, you're correct. Right? You're correct. Right? You ate too much. Not because you didn't work out. It's not because you didn't do cardio. You simply ate so much food through your time that when you put food in your body, you're like, all right, well, we're not burning anything. Let's just store it. Everything you see that's hanging, man boobs, gut, all this hanging is simply extra. It's stock. See, you and I have a budget. You have a budget. Just like a credit card, you all have a budget. If you go over the limit, you get charged interest. In your body, if you go over your limit, it's stored as fat. So week after week, month after month, year after year, you constantly went over your limit, even if it was only 100 calories. Even if it was only one more cookie, one slice of pizza, one drink. It slowly accumulated. All you see around you is just that. And why do most people go over it? Is because most of the time you don't know your limit. It's not that carbs are bad, right? It's not that carbs are bad and fats are bad. It's simply you went over your limit. And now your body is just doing what it does, what it's supposed to do. It's just storing it for later. 1 month on your recommendation. Current knowledge is not. Yeah. So what I do, right? What I do on a daily basis, right? Just to give them. Good morning, Allison. Right? So when I've helped some of my heaviest guys, right? One of my heaviest guys, he didn't do cardio till like the last month. And we were together for like 6 months, 7 months, right? Why did I make him do cardio? Because his issue wasn't lifting, his issue wasn't cardio, his issue was like, he just ate so much food. So what did we do? I'm like, hey brother, we just have a limit. This is your budget. Say 170 grams, right? 170 grams is your budget. How do I know this number? I've been training people for fucking 12 years. I can, like, how does a mechanic open the hood of a car and know what to do? And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's got years of experience. How do I know this? I've trained hundreds of people. So I can just tell just simply by looking and understanding. So you have to understand that, right? Right? Mechanic, I'm like, I don't know. I can open the hood of my car and look at it. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Mechanic can come in. Oh yeah, it's just your hose over here. This. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that means. Like, I'm not a mechanic. Just like you're not a trainer, you're not a coach. You didn't go to school for this. You never had someone teach you this. I've been taught this and I've studied this. So this is how it's much made simpler. If you only knew your budget, just like 100 grams of protein, you would lose weight like this. And not just like this, but you would sustain it. Because now that you know your budget, you just make things fit in there. Right? 1 cup of rice is like 45 grams of carbs. Right? 1 cup of rice, for example, is 45 grams of carbs. If you have $170 and it costs you $45, you're still going to have money left over. So can you have rice that day? Sure. Just make sure it's 1 cup. All right, cool. Can I have 2 pieces of toast? Well, how much is 2 pieces of toast? It's 30 grams of carbs. All right, cool. So I have, let's say 90 grams left. Okay, I can afford $30. I have $90 left. I can afford $30. Awesome. So now you're like, okay, so it's not like I'm really restricted. I just got to make sure I stay within my budget. Do you see how that's more sustainable? Versus like, I got to fucking eat protein and greens. Protein and greens. Protein and greens. Motherfucker, anyone will get tired of that shit. Chicken and broccoli, here we go. Fucking chicken and broccoli, here I go. But when we tend not to know, we tend to take things to the extremes. Because you're in pain. Because you're in pain and all you want is relief. You just want to lose the weight. You just want to step on the scale and finally see something move. You want to stop fucking being made fun of. You actually want to fucking actually like the way you look. You're tired of always being tired. You're tired of having to wear bigger shirts. You're tired of not being able to take your shirt off. You're tired of not being in the relationship you want. You're tired of always, being sleepy or having to have an extra energy drink. You're tired of all these things. And you want change. So when that's happening is like you just go to the extreme and you follow some fucking generic diet, because you're in so much pain. And then after about 5 days, you're like, damn, I'm in more pain than I was before. So then you go back to where you started because the pain of the diet is so much greater than what you felt then that you go back. But then the cycle repeats itself. And then a week later, you're like, fuck, I need to get back on my, because I don't like the way I look. And it's just over and over because you can't figure out the solution because you never taught the solution. Right? What do we go to the extreme? I've been there. Trust me, I get it. Right? That's why sometimes it's better to ask for help. Right? It's better to ask for help, get someone to help you along the journey. There's nothing wrong with asking help. I remember someone telling me, it's like, yeah, but Alex, but I want to do it myself. Like, I don't want to have to say that somebody helped me. And I remember, those were their words. Like, I don't want to say somebody help me. I'm like, where is the shame in this? Where is the shame? Where is the shame? Do you think he's ashamed that he asked me for help? You think he's ashamed that he asked me to help him and he paid me to help him lose the weight? There's more shame in the fact that you still look the same for the last 5, 6, 7 years. There's shame in the fact that you still haven't accomplished the goal you've been wanting to accomplish for the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Right? Because if you could have figured it out, you would have done it like last year. You would have done it this year. So that's what I've noticed in my own life. When I was stuck with my business, when I was stuck in my my relationship, when I was stuck in fitness, right? I'm like, bro, like I know people can help me do this better. Right? So don't take like, and I always ask this, imagine you have a child. Imagine you have like a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, and they're struggling to tie their shoes. Right? And all they want to do is run. All they want to do is go and play and run. And you're seeing them struggle. And you're like, hey, no, I can do this myself. And you see them trying to fucking tie the knot. And they're just like, like I can't do this. Like I need to find, and you're like, no, let me just, I know I can do it. I know I can do it myself. I don't want to ask for help. Like I know I can do it. And you're just seeing them struggle. And then the day goes by. They don't run. The next day goes by. They don't run. They don't get to play with kids. And guess what? They're getting older now. Now it's 2 months later, 3 months later. You're still struggling to tie your shoe. And now all your friends are running. All the people are running. Because you don't want to ask for, like, how ignorant would you look at your child? You'd be like, just ask me how to fucking tie your shoe. I can teach you. Like, no, I can do it myself. You'd be like, well, okay. That's you. I'm like, you know you want to lose it, but asking for help, you know? And where is the six-pack, Daddy? Yeah, there you go. You know, and when it comes to like investing into a coach, here's the truth of the matter, okay? If your mom or your daughter, your son needed a life, like their life was in jeopardy, they're gonna die, and they needed $5,000, or they were gonna die, would you not find the money? If your daughter needed a life-saving procedure, or your son needed a life-saving procedure, and it cost $5,000, would you or would you not find the money? Back to regular, every guy said I won't be able to go again, but that's money and time right now. Yeah, 100%. Right. Yeah. So that's something I've learned. When I hired people and things like that, I never really had the money, right? But I found a way. Because if you truly want something bad enough, you'll find a way to make it happen. We always do. We always do. Right? Don't let that be the reason that it stops you from getting to where you want to go, because we never lack resources. We lack resourcefulness. Right? If I eat 100 grams during a time when I have a busy life and don't have as much time to work out and still sleep, will cause me to gain weight? Should I scale the protein? Emily, so I like that. How many grams of carbs? All depends. Everyone's a little different. If I eat 100 grams of protein during a time when I have a very busy life, don't have much time to work out or sleep, will cause to gain weight. Should I scale the protein to the activity input? It all depends, really. You know, like even if you have a busy life, we all make time for what's important. You feel me? Like, you don't need to go to the gym to get a good workout. You can work out at home in 10, 15, 20 minutes. If you have a plan like that, you know, you don't have to go. That's another big misconception that I tell people. I'm like, this client of mine right here never went to the gym. Never went to the gym. Had a couple of dumbbells at home. Had a wife, full-time job, 2 daughters. Daughters had after-school activities too. They had to go to practice. Just 20, 30 minutes a day at home. The right nutrients and right macros, you got a six-pack in 70 days. Big dog, I don't take any Adderall, bro, but I thank you. I appreciate that. I don't take Adderall. I take an Adderall once in my life and it's fucking sucked ass. Right? So, don't wait. Make the commitment today, right? Whether that's with me or with somebody else. I can get you there. Like I've gotten many of my clients. I love this. I do this. I'm the best at this. Why? Because I've been doing it for such a long time and my approach is simple, right? My approach is simple. This is where I want to get you. That's my approach. My approach is simple. This is where I want to get you. This is the ultimate goal. To have more energy, to have more confidence, to have more clarity, to get that validation, right? To get that freedom, to be strong again, right? To have that self-love, to be positive, to take care of that mental health. The six-pack is just a byproduct. Six-pack is just, it helps. Having the six-pack is great. Having no love handles is phenomenal. Having the biceps, the triceps, all this is phenomenal. This is what you cultivate within yourself. This is what makes you feel proud of yourself, that you have more energy, that you have more confidence. You can wake up and think more clear about your day. You know, the people around you, they're like, man, you look great, you look awesome, you're doing good. Your friends are proud of you, or things like that, which matters and doesn't matter. But when people tell you like you look great, it's always a good thing. It's never a bad thing. The freedom you have to actually like feel good in your skin. The freedom of like, I don't fucking have to keep hiding. I don't have to pick out clothes that hide things that I don't want to see. The fact that you feel strong, and strength can come simply from being able to lift bigger, being able to lift, or being able to like walk into a room because you have strength within yourself. Right? That's self-love and showing that you do care about yourself. Because someone who is in shape shows that they care about themselves. Because you're willing to make the sacrifices and have the discipline. Right? This is not easy. No, but you pick your heart, bro. right? Being out of shape is not easy, right? Being out of shape is not easy. Having to be tired all the time, having to have low confidence, having to hide your body. You pick your hard, you pick your easy, right? It's easy to walk into a room when you feel good about yourself. It's easy to take your shirt off when you look good. It's easy to approach that girl when you feel good about yourself. It's easy to start a business when you feel confident in yourself and your abilities to move forward. You choose your arm. Right? So you can send me a DM, right? Or you can click the link in my bio, check out my podcast, check out my website. I love y'all. Y'all have a good day. Ciao, ciao. Ciao, YouTube.